We're here in the 12th race of the 2023 NR2003 Rowdy Energy Pro Series season. As we head to the East Coast, we're here in Dover, Delaware for the running of the Grotto Pizza 150. What's going on, everybody? Caleb here, and welcome to the Grotto Pizza 150 here at the Dover International Speedway. It's race 12 of the 2023 NR2003 Rowdy Energy Pro Series. I think we're in here for a good one here at Dover. 38 laps around the 1 mile track that will demand only the best from start to finish for all these drivers. But for the first time since I've been doing races, I am not alone here up in the booth. I am joined by past IndyCar Series champion, Dover enthusiast, and owner of Millennium Motorsports, Chase Harris. It's an honor to have you here. I'm very happy to finally have someone here in the booth to talk to. So, what do you think these drivers are going to need to do to get up to the front and get the victory here in Dover?
I'm truly just privileged to be here. As far as winning at Dover, it's not easy. This is a very fast racetrack, high banked, known for its chaos, especially on the restarts. I think the goal is, I think I've mentioned this before in another Dover race I've commentated, is to have a mindset that I like to use called cautiously aggressive, and that's don't be afraid to make a move, but not a move that's stupid enough to get you wrecked. I think that moves like that will get you to the front. And I also think that, track position will matter, especially in these shorter races. But all in all, yeah, it'll be interesting to see, with these races being as short as they are, to see how quickly, drivers can make their way through the field, or if drivers can make their way through the field at all.
For sure. It's definitely going to be interesting to see how aggressive these guys are going to be. I'm sure without a doubt Miles the Monster is going to be hungry, so these guys don't want to be too over-aggressive and risk compromising their race, but they also don't want to take it too easy and lay in the back all day, so it's good to maybe find a bit of balance between the two. And then there's also the strategy aspect to watch out for. We will have a pit stop this race, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys potentially cook up on top of the pit boxes to maybe find a way towards the front. But coming off of a wild race at Pocono, where we saw Will Parrish go from last to first and win the Reese's 200 at Pocono, it shook up the point standings quite a lot. So let's take a look at the point standings. Heading into this race, Richard Kinghart still holds the point lead, but just by 3 points over Vinny Scholes. And looking on further down the standings, Matt Tuck is now up to third in points, 29 points back. Skylar Taylor is fourth in points, 35 back, and Chad Rakowski has slipped back to fifth, 36 points back. Looking further on down the list, Drew Webb is in sixth, 49 back. Cole DeHill is up to seventh, up 5 spots in points since the race before. He's 51 points back. Sergio Alonso is also 51 points back. Lucia Torres is 53 back, and Cameron Lassard is 56 back. But on the pole for today's race, it's Vinny Scholes driving the car that took Will Parrish to the win last week. Gonna be interesting to see what Scholes can do. See if Scholes can maybe take that points lead. But Kinghart, starting just a couple rows back and also on the inside, this is gonna make the points battle really interesting today. And you've got one of your car's chairs starting on the outside pole, Skylar Taylor. I have to see what Taylor can do during this race. But we'll get these cars rolling off shortly here in the Grotto Pizza 150 at Dover. But before that, let's take a look at your starting lineup here for today's race. As aforementioned, on pole position, it's the 72 of Vinny Scholes, starting alongside the Millennium Motorsports number 12 of Skylar Taylor. Row number 2 is a Logan Sport lockout. We got the 17 of Chad Rakowski and the 7 of Angel Gutierrez. Row number 3, we find the 98 of Richard Kinghart, your current points leader, and the 64 of Cameron Lassard. Row 4, we find the 71 of Dale Johnson II, and the 97 of Stephen Colon. And rounding out the top 10 in row number 5, we have the 9 of Tanner Parton, and the 99 of Bobby Frazier. Row number 6, we have the 43 of Lucia Torres, and the 4 of Priya McShane. Row 7, we have the 16 of Luna Lona, and the 41 of Cole DeHill. Row 8, we have the 87 of Cole Raymond, and the 20 of Benny Moore. Row 9, we have the 55 of Jim Vincent Leff, and the 33 of Tyreek Cartman. Row 10, we have the 27 of Will Parrish, your Pocono winner from last week, and the 61 of Matt Tuck. Row 11, we have the 88 of Harris Arvin Alonso, and the 52 of Landon Smith Jr. And rounding out the field in row number 12, we have the 28 of Ricky Drake, and the 73 of Ethan Lewis. Sure everybody rolls off okay, and it looks like they will. Race report will be on the bottom left-hand side of your screen. I mentioned it'll be a 38-lap race, usual 24 entries. And there is to be a pit stop this race in the later stages of it. So it'll be interesting to see what these guys will cook up strategy-wise. But, Chase, I'll ask you, who do you think is going to be the one that's going to get it done here today at Dover?
I'm looking at somebody up towards the front. So I think I'm going to go with the 17 car of Chad Gronkowski. I think that'll be a good spot to be in that second row. But again, with that pit stop, it could really shake things up. But we're going to sit back for 38 laps and see what happens.
Definitely so. It's going to be a good one here today. Pit car makes the left-hand turn onto pit road, and Vinny Scholes and Skylar Taylor lead him to the green. We're green flag racing here at the Grotto Pizza 150 at Dover. Coming off turn number 4, Vinny Scholes will lead the first lap over Chad Gronkowski. We saw back here they're already going 3 wide. Seems they've fanned it back down. It's got a lot of side-by-side throughout the field. It's looking pretty calm up front for the time being, but Gronkowski right on the back bumper of Scholes there, but slid up the track just a little bit. Vinny Scholes is going to open up a little bit of a gap now to the lead as top 5 are actually trying to break away a little bit from the rest of the field. But
you see right here, Vinny Scholes right now doing a good job just kind of maintaining this gap, trying to pull away from Gronkowski. It looks like no one wants to run the very bottom groove right now. Gotta wait for the track to rubber in before you really want to run down there. That's going to allow for people to maybe diamond the corners a little more. You see a battle for third. Here comes the 7 of Angel Gutierrez on the 12 of Skylar Taylor. Taylor did not have a good start and continues to drop back.
Yeah, it's Taylor getting stuck on that outside lane. And as you mentioned, it takes a little bit for the track to get rubbered in. Inside lane's pretty difficult to run early on, but outside lane is even more tough. If you get out of the groove, it could pretty much almost be a one-way ticket to the back. As Ethan Lewis made up a couple positions, but he's getting stuck on the outside now. Bobby Frazier started to inside the top 10. He's already dropped way back. Same can be said for Benny Moore and Stephen Colon. But you got a couple drivers making their way up. The 28 of Ricky Drake started on the last row. They're up to the 14th position. On the back bumper, the 64 for Cameron Lassard. Now looking to the inside of Cameron Lassard, trying to take that spot away.
Yeah, and this is typical Dover. You know, the starts aren't normally very intense, but you know, as a run gets on, as pit stops happen, that's when you really start to see when the cars that might not have showed up early in a run, they'll really start to show up late. You know, Dover is a big product of short run versus long run. We see it year in and year out. It's a rough surface, and I think you're going to see that again later on in this race. And you can see the 17 of Chad Gronkowski is closing back in on the 72 of Vinny Scholes a little bit here.
Yeah, definitely showing equal pace to our race leader right now. Scholl slips up a little bit in 4. That could allow Gronkowski to get right back up to the back bumper. But kind of oscillating in the distance between the 72 and the 17. Oh, Scholl slips out of the groove. Here comes Gronkowski for the lead. Coming off of turn number 2.
Man, that was just textbook move there from Chad Gronkowski. And look who joins the battle. Angel Gutierrez has flown up through there, up to second now. But yeah, 72 of Vinny Scholes just looked very uncomfortable there in those last couple of corners. Wonder if maybe got some dust on the tires or something. That allowed the 17 to go right by and the 7.
Almost like Gronkowski caught Scholes napping. But now Gutierrez has gotten up to second, but Gutierrez slips way wide in 3 and 4. Scholes is going to get back to the inside. And that might allow Richard Kinghart in the 98 as well to come through. And yes, Kinghart's going to get to the inside of the 7 as well. Pretty costly mistake there for Angel Gutierrez. At the moment, costing Logan Sport a 1-2 for the time being.
Wow, Gutierrez knifes his way in there in front of who's down there, 43 car. I mean, that is just that's so tight. That was a really, really close move. That can be disastrous. We know that you do not want to get hung on the outside lane if a track, you know, has been sitting for a while. And man, he just got down right there in front of the 43 of Lucia Torres. Torres, who was really climbed to the field, but they both get tight, and this is going to give Lucia Torres a chance to get up in the top 3 now.
Now, Lucia Torres started outside the top 10. Now they're making their way up to 4th as behind them, Skylar Taylor trying to make their way back through the field, trying to get to the inside of Gutierrez. Not going to quite make it work. Gutierrez got a pretty decent run on the outside of turn number 2. As Taylor slips up a little bit there. Here comes both of the Trackhouse cars, Priya McShane and Tanner Parton. And then we have Luna Lona and currently Dale Johnson the second rounding out your top 10, but Lona is going to slip wide 1 and 2. That's going to allow Johnson to get to the inside. And that might allow Will Parrish through. Parrish started pretty deep in the field this race. He didn't start last like last week, but he started in the 19th spot. He's already now going to make his way to the top 10.
Yeah, Will Parrish is moving, but look, people that don't know how fast of a track Dover is, it's lap 15 already. This race is flying by. These cars are hauling around here. You see the 28 right now of Ricky Drake, newer name to the channel, making a move there. And you said it, though. I mean, these cars are just, I don't know what's going on. It's like they're all getting caught napping. I don't know if there's some parts of the track that might just be I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Really, like, no grip is what I'm trying to get at. And see again, the 68, man, it continues to. Oh, he just got damaged.
Yeah, Luna Lona might be struggling a bit with the aero of that car.
Huh. I had to have caught the wall off a corner or something. I didn't see any contact with other cars.
No.
I'm sure what happened to Luna.
Yeah, definitely brings up a lot of questions. We got a pretty tight pack of cars here. Skylar Taylor almost gets bumped up the track by the Tanner Parton. And that's not going to be good for Taylor because these cars are so tightly packed together. Taylor's going to get freight trained on that outside. Well, Taylor's going to get a pretty good run off the 2. I think that outside's starting to rubber in just a bit. And yeah, Taylor's going to hold these guys off for now. And up front, Chad Gronkowski is really pulled away from Vinny Scholes. Almost a second gap now. And almost 2 seconds to Lucia Torres, who's gotten up to 3rd.
Chad Gronkowski right now is really just checked out. It seems like once 17 got past the 72 car there, he just pulled away and he's not looking back. So, I mean, yeah, it's already a second, which is to get a second lead after making a pass, what was it, 5-10 laps ago at Dover. That's pretty impressive. 17's got a lot of power, especially in the long run. Man, we're already over halfway through this race. This race is absolutely just ripping by right now. But we've got some good battles.
For sure. Right here, Kinghart. Thought I saw him slip a little bit wide off of turn 4, but Trackhouse cars weren't close enough to capitalize just yet. But sooner or later, we'll be closing out a cycle of pit stops as Skylar Taylor's gotten into the outside wall.
That was a smack.
Pretty good as well. A lot of damage to the right side of that car.
Yeah, that's big damage. Gotta wonder if that's what happened to Luna earlier.
Could have been. Quite a bit of battling back here. Luna will perish. Calder Hill stuck on that outside lane. Everyone on the inside trying to take advantage, but like I said, Luna in the wall again. Off of turn 2. Luna losing a bunch of spots now. That 16 car is really struggling here.
Yeah, turn 2 is just such a treacherous part of this racetrack. It's a lot tighter than turn 4 because coming off turn 4 at Dover, you have a little bit more runoff room. Turn 2, if you get just a little bit too high, you're going straight in the wall. It is not easy to miss a corner in turn 2 compared to turn 4 where you have some more room.
Yeah. Here's both of your cars, Chase, battling for the 9th position. Ricky Drake trying to get to the inside of Skylar Taylor. And it looks like he's going to take that spot. Taylor probably struggling a little bit with the damage that they have. And another thing is that this is probably, unfortunately, going to cost them once these guys make their pit stop because they're probably going to want to repair that damage, which could cost a couple seconds on pit road. Both the Trackhouse cars are to the back bumper of Richard Kinghart, but now they're going to go after each other for the 6th position. And Dale Johnson the 2nd, trying to close in. But getting closer to that cycle of pit stops. And Lucia Torres is looking pretty fast right now. Torres is close to the back bumper of Vinny Scholes. And I think is also close to the 17 of Kurkowski. If I remember correctly, last time we checked on Torres, she was about 2 seconds back from the race lead. Now she's only about 1.5 seconds, so I have to see potentially what Torres can do, as here we go. The cycle of pit stops has begun. Chad Kurkowski's going to lead. So far, everyone. Tyreek Hartman in the 33 is going to try to stay out an extra lap. He's going to lead a lap, so that'll be a bonus point, but I think he is... No, he's not the only car to stay out. Stephen Colon in the 97 is also going to stay out, but here we go. This is where the race is probably going to be won.
Well, I'll tell you what, I don't mind that move by the 33 and the 97. Neither of them were really running up front. So why not try a little strategy? Why not try to get a better finish? Go out, get some points. But yeah, you said this is where the race will be, won right here, and that is a heck of a stop for that 17. That will probably be enough to win the race unless there's a caution. But yeah, the 33 and 97, they're trying some strategy, so we'll see where they cycle in. But Chad Gronkowski, I have a feeling that'll probably be the lead.
Probably, as Angel Gutierrez is actually going to pass Torres on the exit of pit road, and here's Cologne and Hartman in the pit lane. We'll have to see where they cycle out to. It's definitely not going to be the lead, as Chad Gronkowski's going to blow by them.
They are going to gain spots, though.
They could gain a couple spots here, though. We'll see where Hartman comes out. There's the 9. And I'd say this is somewhere around the top 10 for Tyreek Hartman.
Yeah.
So this strategy could have worked out for them. And also, they're going to have 1 lap fresher tires. So we'll have to see what they can do with them. And yeah, that's going to give Hartman A top 10 spot. Throw whatever you can at this guy. He'll always somehow find his way up into the top 10.
It's a good call. I like that call, but that strategy call again. That car was not very fast, and you can see right here. No surprise here is Lucia Torres, right back by the 7 Angel Gutierrez. We know Torres has a very very fast race car. Don't think it's going to be enough to catch the leader. I think Chad Gronkowski is practically checked out, but actually getting ready to lap the 12 here, so could hold him up, but I don't think it'll be enough to get 72 there. Vinny Scholes to him.
Yeah, this could hinder the 17 just a bit, but Skylar Taylor, while probably struggling a little bit aero-wise, it doesn't have that much damage and probably is still mainly up to speed, but Gronkowski going to make pretty quick work of Taylor. He's going to put the 12 one lap down. Yeah, tough break for Skylar Taylor. Started on outside pole, started slipping back, got in the wall, and I'm sure it's definitely not what you want to see today, Cheers.
Well,
honestly, kind of sorry you have to see this.
But I mean, that's the way it goes. Not every race is gonna go your way. We still have the 28 there, Ricky Drake up in the top 10. So, yeah. nothing to be too ashamed of. It's still a long season, so
yeah,
plenty of time.
See it, Torres. Still looking pretty fast. Now trying to run down the 72. Fastest lap so far this race actually belongs to the 88 of Hergel Arvin Alonso.
Yeah, I haven't really seen him.
Sitting 19th at the moment. Pretty interesting there. But Skylar Taylor got it back around Gronkowski, actually.
Huh. I wonder if Gronkowski might have missed a corner or something.
Could have.
Look at the gap. Wait, no, Gronkowski I think has damage.
Does he? Let's see.
I thought I saw some scuffs, but it could be the scheme.
I have to see. Scholes is closing on the 17.
No, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe he just got high.
Maybe he just got high off the corner, but Scholes has been closing the gap the last couple laps, but with 3 coming to 2 laps to go, I don't think it's going to be enough unless something happens to the 17.
Yeah.
But 2 laps to go here from Dover. Gronkowski has a little over 1.5 second lead, and now he's increasing the gap to Vinny Scholes. So yeah, I think he might have just got a bit wide. Took him a lap or 2 to get readjusted to the rhythm again. But Chad Gronkowski coming through 3 and 4. He's going to take the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go here at the Dover International Speedway for Chad Gronkowski and that Logan Sport team. I know they're definitely going to be happy with this run today. They got their cars 1st and 4th. And they gained some much-needed points in the owner standings. But coming through turns 3 and 4, Chad Gronkowski is going to win the Grotto Pizza 150 here at Dover.
Great drive from them. I mean, Chad Gronkowski, what a drive to just go up there and, make light work of the 72 of Vinny Scholes, which we know is such a fast race car. Week in, week out. 17 was basically untouchable. Dominating performance today.
For sure, and hey, you got the prediction right.
I did. That was the first one ever.
Yeah, absolute domination by that 17 of Chad Gronkowski. Once he got the lead, he did not look back. But also, judging from Scholes and Kinghart's finish, I think we might have a new swap for the points leader after everything is said and done. But taking a look at your finishing results for the race, Chad Gronkowski gets the win here at Dover International Speedway at a dominating fashion. Vinny Scholes is going to come home in 2nd. Much needed points day for her. And Lucia Torres with a great run is going to round out your podium places. Looking further on down the top 10, we have Angel Gutierrez in 4th, Ricky Drake with a great drive from 23rd to a top 5. Bria McShane's going to finish 6th, Richard Kinghart 7th, Tanner Parton 8th, Tyreek Cartman 9th, and Calda Hill is going to round out your top 10. But next race will be the Iowa Corn 150 at the Iowa Speedway. That will premiere on Tuesday, November 14th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sign-ups for it will be shortly after this race tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you all there, but congratulations once again to Chad Gurkowski for winning here at Dover. And thank you very much to Chase Harris for joining me up here on the call. And I will see you guys in Iowa. You all take care and have a good one. Here are the point standings after race 12 on the season.